it's Jane Sleeth coming to you from Optimal Performance's home office. And I'm sure most of you have been in your home offices for about 12 months, thereabouts. And we're still finding when we're doing our ergonomic assessments virtually with several of you that you still haven't been able to set yourselves up properly. And so what I thought I would do is just go through some of the basics so that you can understand completely how you need to set yourself up. The principle being neutral postures and trying to eliminate static muscle loads. So you'll hear me talk about that through the next 4 or 5 minutes. Many of you may or may not have received an external monitor or have an extra one at home. And so you're relying on your laptop. If that's the case, what I do and what I have done here is I've added a book, fairly thick book, in order to raise my laptop. And in fact, I would raise it a little bit higher than what I'm showing you here. The idea is that your eyes are equal with where you look at the majority of for the majority of time on your screen. Now, in order to raise your laptop, that compromises the keyboard. So what we recommend, and feel free to write us in our Instagram account and ask what keyboard we recommend. We recommend a shorter keyboard. You can get these with the numeric keys on the left side, and yes, you can learn to use your numeric keys quite quickly using neuroplasticity. So a smaller keyboard. The idea behind that is that then the mouse remains within a 15-inch reach. So you're not reaching to the side for that, causing some of the right shoulder pain that people are describing to us. So by now you should invest, and if you haven't done so, please invest in an external keyboard and a mouse. And I strongly recommend at this point in time, because at least 30% of us are going to remain in our home offices. That's what the majority of corporations are looking at. So if you're that 30%, you really need to make sure you're set up properly. For the rest of us, we will be spending at least some time in our home offices, and really you need to look at investing in a chair. So my suggestion is that, again, you can feel free to ask us for suggestions. We can also fit you for a proper chair and make sure that you order the right product. If you're spending about $200, $300 on a chair, that's all you're going to get. I can guarantee you it won't last very long. It probably doesn't have a warranty, and it also hasn't gone through the same safety and ergonomic testing that the other types of chairs that you invest in would have. So in this case, I'm sitting in a chair that has lumbar support, which is critical, and it's adjustable. And I have armrests that can actually not only move up and down, but they can also move inwards and rotate. That's important to make sure that it fits your shoulder width. So what do you do if you have a static table, dining room table, and it doesn't move? Then what you do is you raise the chair first. And you're raising it for the upper body and neck, and then you look down at the feet last and make sure that those are accommodated with a footrest. So I raise the chair to the right height. I'm going to lower or raise my armrest to be the same height as my desk. And the reason I'm going to do that is I want to rest my forearm onto that armrest. If you don't happen to have an armrest in the short term, then rest that onto your work surface itself, because what you're trying to accomplish is neutral posture at the shoulder, right shoulder in particular, and you're trying to take away some of those static loads at the trapezius muscles that go to the back of your head, your neck, the shoulder, and then down through your mid-spine. So you really want that to be well supported, and you don't want it to be holding statically, which is what can give you a lot of muscle fatigue and pain. So raise the chair to the right height. Make sure that you've adjusted the armrest to the correct height. Bring it in so that your arm can rest nicely onto the armrest. Make sure that you adjust your lumbar support, and your lumbar area in the spine is at your waist. So make sure you have it adjusted to that level. Some of you who may be using an ergocentric type of chair may have an air bladder lumbar support. Make sure that you're maximizing that lumbar support as well. So you turn, you make sure you push the chair in all the way. I reach to my mouse no more than 15 inches. I have my keyboard aligned. I have my monitor and or my laptop at the right height. And here I am nicely supported. You don't need to be in a perfect posture all day long. However, this should be what we call the go-to posture. You should not sit for more than 45 to 60 minutes at a time, because what happens is the veins can become compressed in your legs, which can make the blood flow kind of sluggish in the legs. It also means that our internal organs don't work as well, and also blood flow to our brains. So movement is critical. You can create that very easily. If you happen to have a sit-to-stand workstation, then up and down you go every 45 to 60 minutes. If you don't have a sit-to-stand workstation, you can simply take your laptop, place it onto a counter, stand up for your virtual calls. Make sure that the laptop is high enough so you're not staring into the camera, that you're able to stand with a nice casual posture. If you have a footrest, bring it, rest your foot onto it so that you're changing postures. And no matter how great your ergonomics is, you still need to move, and that includes regular exercise 3 to 5 times a week, and making sure that you have a minimum of 20 minutes that you're actually moving, and you should be slightly breathless, if not breathless, to get a good training effect. Make sure your exercise includes being outside, especially through COVID. So when you combine dynamic movement, exercise, standing for periods of time, making sure you've got your go-to neutral postures, you should find that the symptoms that many of you are actually describing to us in your lower back and your shoulder, neck in particular, should subside. If it doesn't, then make sure that you seek some assistance from your current treatment provider, whether that's a chiropractor, physiotherapist. If you think it's something more serious, then go ahead and see your doctor. You can probably see them virtually. Several of us are virtually online as well for physiotherapy assessments. So make sure that you tap into those people if you're finding that these things don't completely help you in terms of your discomfort and your symptoms. So have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.